Greetings everyone, in this video we will be taking a look at the ninja factions of Kenshi. Some of them are good, some of them are evil, but all of them excel in combat and fighting them is a tough endeavor even for seasoned warriors. But before we start, I would like to thank all of you for helping me reach 1000 subscribers. This is a huge milestone for me and will motivate me on putting out more videos dedicated to lore of Kenshi, Path of Exile and soon Valheim. Now without further ado, let's begin. Let's start this list with the Black Desert Ninjas. As their name suggests, they mainly operate around the Black Desert, but can also be seen roaming the Great Desert and Iron Valleys. Even though their faction is called the Black Desert Ninjas, their members call themselves the Cloud Ninjas. They mainly deal in banditism, ambushing and robbing anyone they see. The Cloud Ninjas roam in small groups and their equipment is mostly fitted to survive in harsh conditions rather than fighting. But they make up for it in their skill and ability to cover vast distances using small squads. The Black Dragon Ninjas are one of the most numerous and dangerous ninja factions out there. Unlike most ninjas that mainly deal in robbing lonely drifters or small caravans, the Black Dragon Ninjas raid entire settlements. But most of the time they prefer racketeering instead of raiding. They bully small settlements into paying them tribute in exchange for protection of questionable quality. They can be seen roaming in large numbers around the border zone. There lies their main base of operations, simply called the Tower of Ninjas. They have two leaders, Dimak and Buzan, ruthless individuals who spend most of their time in the tower, ordering raids and managing their forces. They are quite famous in the border zone, and the Holy Nation has a bounty on Dimak and Buzan for 20,000 cats each. The Sand Ninjas are mostly inhabiting the deserts of the United Cities. They are fierce warriors who patrol the desert in small groups and attack anyone who they come across. They are so dangerous in fact that almost every sand ninja has a large bounty on their head. But unlike most other ninjas that mostly roam in small or larger squads, the sand ninjas can be found walking around the desert alone. They do this to prove themselves as skilled warriors and survivors, and advance their ranks by becoming the Sand Ninja Jonins, the elite and even stronger members of the Sand Ninjas. Their main base of operations is located in Cactus Den. Their leader is Oni and she is feared and hated by most of the major factions due to her transgressions. That is why she has a large bounty on her head. But some ninjas do not like the harsh environment of Kenshi deserts. Some of them live in swamps, but it does not make them less of a threat to a local population. These ninjas simply call themselves the Swamp Ninjas. They are quite numerous and their gear is fit for survival in toxic conditions. That is why they are seen wearing gas masks as part of their attire. Unlike other ninja groups that do not have a complicated hierarchy, the Swamp Ninjas have a strong chain of command in place. The least experienced and most numerous of them are called the Genins. They act as goons on the battlefield, receiving orders from high-ranking Swamp Ninjas. The Swamp Ninja Chunins are more experienced members of this faction and act as captains of small squads of Swamp Ninjas. The most elite members of the Swamp Ninjas are called the Jonins. They are rare individuals whose martial prowess is unmatched by any of the Swamp Ninjas, and they mostly act as bodyguards for their leader. The leader of the Swamp Ninjas is Shade. Even though she does not discriminate between her victims, the faction that hates her the most is Shek Kingdom. Since Shek don't respect the sneaky and cunning nature of ninjas, their hatred comes naturally and they place a large bounty of 20,000 cats on her head. Unlike most other ninja factions that mostly perform acts of banditism, raiding and thievery, the Flotsam Ninjas are mostly a benign faction. They are mostly made up of women who were oppressed by the Holy Nation due to their religious prejudice. After not being able to suffer from the oppression any longer, they escaped and joined the Flotsam Ninjas ranks to train in combat and fight injustice themselves. Even though they do not raid settlements or rob travelers, they are extremely wary of men and will not hesitate to attack if they learn that the man they met is from the Holy Nation. They reside near the Cannibal Plains, and cannibals provide natural protection from the Holy Nation at the cost of occasionally wandering into their turf and trying to capture them. But cannibals are no match to them in combat and are mostly used for target practice. Even though they don't trust men, their second in command is a man. He calls himself Manny and he was a cannibal hunter. He and his comrades were imprisoned by cannibals 10 years ago. He managed to escape, but his friends were not so lucky. Since then, he swore that he would hunt down and eradicate all cannibals and provides help to Flotsam Ninjas in defending their territory from cannibal incursions. They are led by a woman called Mol, and she is strongly determined in freeing all women from the oppression of the Holy Nation. She even wrote a few memos about her thoughts on this matter. For her actions, the Holy Nation has a bounty of whopping 50,000 cats on her head, and any collaboration with flawed Sam ninjas will severely worsen your relationship with them. Another somewhat peaceful faction of ninjas is the Shinoby thieves. While technically thieves, they still operate and fight much like other ninjas, utilizing small numbers and stealthy tactics to defeat their opponents. They can be found in many major cities, residing in their towers and even sitting in bars acting as fencers for stolen goods. They even offer shelter, training, and protection for a reasonable fee of 10,000 cats. They are mostly peaceful, but if someone tries to infiltrate their base or attack them, they will be met with fierce resistance. While most ninjas exist to make everyone's lives even harder than they are, make money, or fight for a noble cause, the trade ninjas are simple folk who exist only to protect the hub and a small territory around it. After the hub was raided and nearly destroyed by Shek, the trade ninjas took it upon themselves to provide some stability and security to the survivors. They will stop any bandits or other hostile factions from attacking the hub in order to keep the peace in this chaotic place. This is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and if you would like to see more content like this, consider subscribing. If you want to leave some feedback or have any ideas for future episodes, leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye everyone.